You're watching Experience Comic Culture and Sales, streaming live daily to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
Mike, dude, always a pleasure, buddy. Oh, hey, we're here. So we're saying goodbye to Mike while also saying hello to all of you. So welcome, Fat Jack's Comicrypt. I'm Brendon. That's Aaron. Aaron, I'm so sorry. I have no idea. We have this like alarm clock for some reason. It's suddenly been going off at 6 o'clock every day. I don't understand. Take care, Mike. We'll talk soon. So yeah, this was an interesting sort of transition. As it doesn't matter. Fat Jack's Comicrypt. I'm Brendon. Aaron's in the back there. Jason, the banana, is hanging out with us.
I'm always in the back.
We got a bunch of comics to sell tonight. A few things that were on the local show beforehand. We'll run through them pretty quickly. But we're also going to do a lot of Daredevil. We're going to do some Iron Man. Maybe we'll, depending on how much time we have, maybe some Fantastic Four, some Justice League, some Captain America. But one thing I will try to do tonight is I will try my best to just sell comic books and not just meander into a bunch of dumb conversations. But more importantly, don't forget, we're making Volume 4 of the Latchkey Manifesto mixtape experiment. And if you didn't give us any song suggestions on the local show, or you're tuning into us for the very first time, I need your song suggestions, okay? We're having a good time, or at least my fictional alias is having a really good time. But yeah.
Real guy?
Oh no, Roland Bale's a real guy. Trust me.
I've been lied to.
Yeah, he lives in my basement, man. That's what happens. Anyway, hang out with us. We'll be on until 8 o'clock. So we will see you on the other side. Hopefully Parker doesn't fart too much until then. Peace. Hey everybody, we're back. How you doing? Real quickly, Parker, come here. Come here, baby girl. I want you to say hi to everybody. Oh, yep, you're farting again. All right, here's my dog, baby Parker, who was farting up a mad. She got into the trash last night and ate a pound of pork fat.
It probably feels so good for her, though.
Oh, dude, you kidding me?
It's such a great feeling.
She just chowed down on all this pork fat. She's like, mom. She's like, I'll let mommy and daddy deal with my poopies, my diarrhea, and my really stinky farts. Like, she farted again, man. She reeks. Love you, baby girl. Anyway, welcome, Fat Jack's Comicrypt. We're hanging out with you. Like I said in the opening, Brendon, Aaron, Jason. So I guess we'll quickly do a little business real fast. So the way this works, we're a claim sale show. Please claim the books in the chat. Be as specific as possible to avoid any confusion. If you ask to see a book or you have a question about a book, that is not a claim. All right. So if you want to make sure you get first dibs, claim it. I'll tell you all about it. And if you want to rescind your claim, no hard feelings. Go right ahead. But I just don't want anybody to get, screwed over or anything like that, or feel that they missed out on something because of some semantics. With that said, if you were in the Philadelphia area and you were here at our Center City shop, you can pick up any books that you claim tonight right here. If you are local to our New Jersey, Oakland shop, we'll send the books over there for you to pick up. And if you are outside of the area and you need books shipped to you, if you've shopped with us before, we probably have your contact shipping information. So Al will send out invoices at the beginning of the week. If you are shopping with us for the very first time and you need books shipped to you, we're going to have you please email us at fjccshow@gmail.com. That is how we're going to get your contact and shipping information and get the invoices out to you and all that good fun. Right now, we're still in the phase where shipping for like one book or so, it all starts at $9. And then once the books start to add up, we will adjust the shipping costs and try to keep them as low as possible as we can. Because like I like to say a bunch of times, we're not here to profit off of shipping costs. Parker, you don't have to whine, baby. You can come back. All right, cool. Gary, you're the best. Zayden, what is up, buddy? Hey, Jason, do you know that Zaynen's in the chat?
No, he's on the phone before. He's in the chat now?
Well, he can get in this chat. He can't get on the Facebook.
All right. Oh, cool. We got some songs. So Aaron's going to keep up with. So please, again, for anyone who might be joining us for the very first time and confused by what this whole Latchkey Manifesto mixtape experiment is, everybody who's watching us is able to suggest one song. The sky's the limits, okay? There's no judgment here in regards to what kind of songs we would put on the mix. In fact, that is kind of the joy of the challenge. But the only caveat is if the song has already been chosen before, that's the only time it won't go back onto a mix. So once a song is chosen for the first time, that's it. It won't show up on any other mixes except covers, remixes. We're open to that kind of stuff. Again, this is a stream of consciousness experiment. My buddy Roland Vale is really pushing me to. He's having a good time. So we're just, it's a little magical trick, a little magical spell here. Also, supposedly somebody told me I should do more things to create a community. That might have been a voice in my head at 3 o'clock in the morning when I was coming down from something in the shower.
They will play music.
Yeah, I don't know,
They will sing songs in their braces.
There you go. Okay, I think. Oh, if you want to follow us on social media, the most active form of social media is our Instagram page, which is at the FJC Paradox. Parker, lay down, baby girl. I'm working here.
I think she's starting to smell her own farts.
Hey, baby girl. I love my puppy. I'm so lucky to have her back again. Okay. So we got another song up there. Is that one you already got? Oh, dude, that was a song that I think you wanted to do. We talked about Paint It Black, Rolling Stones.
Oh, somebody else got it.
Good stuff. Oh, and someone else is throwing us another one. Oh, man, this is fun. Thanks, fellas and ladies. I don't know if you're out there. But thanks for everyone for participating. We enjoy it. Also, I guess if you want to see the 3 volumes that have come before, I should post the playlist on the Instagram page. But if you have Spotify, look up the name Roland Vale, Veil. It's one word. And you'll see the public playlist, Latchkey Manifesto volume. There's 3 of them so far. Okay, cool. We got our link and stuff like that. I'm still not the most tech savvy here, so I'm doing a lot of creative stuff with no idea how to get it in front of any of your faces or earballs. All right, yeah, I know you can't interact with the chat, so that's kind of what it is. Okay, so now we are going to try to attempt to just sell comic books. Obviously, please, no matter what we're talking about, if you see anything up here that you're curious about and you want to prioritize, or you want to, we will prioritize whatever you're interested in. I understand that some of you only have a short period of time to kind of check in, see what's up. So no matter what I'm talking about, we will always segue as quickly as possible into what you are interested in. Okay, so with that said, we are going to do a quick little run through of a bunch of big books that we had on our local show that didn't get claimed there. So for anyone who didn't see our local show who's watching us right now, we're going to give you an opportunity to just see what we got. And then we are going to do some Deadpools, and then we're going to do some Daredevils, specifically one of my all-time favorite runs of Daredevil by Ann Nocenti and John Romita Jr. And then hopefully we'll get into some Iron Mans, and then from there, who knows, sky's the limits. Obviously, by the time we're probably an hour into this, we might have 2 people watching. So hopefully you're very entertained by all of my thoughts and feelings about Tony Stark in the 80s.
He's an alcoholic.
Go off, King.
All right. Okay. So with that said, again, if you do not want to wait around, let Aaron know in the chat what you want me to bring up. Until then, let me do a quick little run through of our local show's books. Excuse me, I need some water. Anyway, X-Men Annual number 14, the infamous, is it his first appearance? Is it not his first appearance? It doesn't matter. It is a first appearance, first cameo, who the hell knows? But it's Gambit, and it's a book that it might not cost you $300 or $400 like Uncanny X-Men 266 does, but this annual is going up in price steadily. So our copy here is a very fine plus at $100. We also have one of the hotter keys that came out in 2022, and that is Black Panther #3, legacy numbering 200. It is the issue that gives us the first appearance of Tosin Oduye. Again, I know I'm butchering the name. I apologize. Until I hear somebody actually pronounce it correctly, I'm just going to keep making it up.
It's Tosahan.
Tosin.
Tosahan.
Tosan?
Tosahan.
Sahan, even though it's S-I-N?
Yeah.
Tosahan. Okay, all right, cool. Tosahan. Anyway, our copy of Black Panther #3, first appearance of Tosahan, who is the next big villain for T'Challa. We have a high-grade copy for $40. We also have here Marvel Superhero Secret Wars #3. That is a high-grade copy at $30. And what gives it value? First appearance of Titania, who is considered the closest thing to an arch nemesis that the She-Hulk has. But more importantly, Titania will be appearing in the upcoming She-Hulk Disney Plus series.
It's gonna be like Harvey Birdman, hopefully.
Hopefully. There you go. Look at us. We're just doing the same shtick over and over again.
I'm stuck in a tiny loop. Please help.
Next up, we have the Black Cat Annual #1. That is a high-grade copy at $15, and it is the first team appearance of the Tiger Division, which is primarily a bunch of Korean superheroes, specifically starring characters like Luna Snow and, more importantly, White Fox. All right, and then we have Amazing Spider-Man 406. Very fine, $8. First appearance of Lady Octopus. And then we have Amazing Spider-Man 362, a very fine at $26, also a newsstand edition, and considered the second appearance of Carnage. We then have Black Widow #6 from her recent series. This is a high grade at $15, and the first appearance of her sidekick, Lucy Nien, who will later become known as Marigold. We then have issue #7, high grade, $6, first appearance of Apogee, and Lucy Nien is revealed to have powers. And then one of the best covers of the past year, Black Widow #11, high grade, $6, and the first team appearance of the Hub. And then Black Widow #12, there you go. That is a high grade at $8, and the first appearance of the Living Blade, which is considered the next big Black Widow villain, and something called the Host. I have no idea, so your guess is as good as mine. And then we have Daredevil #380. This is the final issue of Daredevil Volume 1. That is a very fine plus of $10, and the end of that series will lead to the start of the Marvel Knights Daredevil series by Kevin Smith and Joe Quesada. But more importantly, it would lead to the second Daredevil story arc written by David Mack and illustrated by Joe Quesada. But more importantly, it gives us the first appearance, Daredevil #9, a very fine $80, first appearance of Maya Lopez, a.k.a. Echo, who, as we all know, is getting a Disney Plus series. And this book is hot again because we also know in the Echo series, this is how the MCU, they teased it, but Daredevil and the Kingpin are going to play a major role in the upcoming Echo series.
What?
I know. No one saw that coming.
Wait, how much to
She
Netflix
was a
for
really
that?
good actor, by the way.
Oh, she was very good.
She
Yes.
does it completely like that.
Yep. No, she was cool. I liked her.
Language is on point.
We also had Daredevil #10, considered the second appearance and the first cover appearance of Echo. Also, the first cameo appearance of her father, Crazy Horse. This book here is a very fine plus at $40. And then we have Daredevil #11, very fine, $10, and that is the issue where Daredevil and Echo meet and fight for the first time. All right, and I believe that is all of the books that we got to in the local.
If you want to swap over to the chat, you can do it.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you're on the private, so you want to swap to the comments to see what they're saying. It's up to you.
No, I can't. No, that's why you're there.
No, I'm saying you could though.
No, I know I
Because
could.
occasionally stuff is
I know I could the entire time we've done this. It's just I can't read it, and I hate when people do this. Wait, are you what? What's going on?
Yeah,
it's supposed to be a forehead simulator.
Yeah,
Simulator.
it's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
I'm checking my hairline. Leave me alone.
All right, if anyone has any questions about the books that I just referred to, please let us know in the chat, and we will talk about that. If not, let us slide over, because, man, I'm going to burn through some books tonight, you know?
Yes, sir.
I mean, or at least I'm going to attempt to. I don't know if it's really going to work or
And then
not.
we're going to burn a book later on.
We'll probably burn a book, yeah.
This one's
probably short. Oh, you're going to burn Deadpool and the Hulk?
I was going to say Echo.
Man.
It would be funny.
It would be funny. What, burn Daredevil #9? Be like, no one bought it! What a worthless book! Burn, baby, burn!
Gary, would you like to gush about the...
Wait, Gary would like me to do what?
He mentioned the Thunderbolts, but
that Thunderbolts is gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
The Hulk.
Oh, yeah. So for anyone who doesn't follow us on Instagram at the FJC Paradox, sometimes to promote certain books that we're going to have on the show, I put them up. And some people are like, yo, buddy, I got no time to tune in, so I want that book now. And it was gone, you know? Oh, you got the Thunderbolts, John, up there. Gary, we have Thunderbolts #0.
Oh, no.
All right, there you go. Thunderbolts #0. Very fine plus $4. This was during that period where Wizard loved to do zero issues. In fact,
what's the idea behind a zero? Is it like a prequel, sort of?
Not even.
No.
It was like weird.
Is it necessary to like read a full run, or what do you think?
Sometimes, yeah. No, there are times where they'll a writer or an artist to kind of like make it a little bit more sought after, what have you. They'll do a little, but I don't think Thunderbolts #0 has anything. It's just if you're into Thunderbolts, you want a complete run, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Zero issue is there. It's not that expensive, you know.
Zero is a number.
No, it's a placeholder for a.
Yeah, I was gonna say not really.
It's a placeholder.
Yeah.
So hold on. Zero's not a number?
No, it's
No,
not a number. It's
no,
a placeholder for a. It's a
It's
placeholder for a.
Placeholder for an
No.
abstract concept.
Placeholder for a null.
Yeah, null. Not to be confused with
Heavy Necrosword stuff.
Oh,
I love that movie. I'm thinking about it. I really enjoyed it.
yeah, it was a blast.
I really.
We're talking about Thor: Love and Thunder. There's been a lot of, let's say, negativity around that
I don't
movie.
understand why.
I don't understand why, because it was one of the more joyous, fun, and funny experiences I've had in a theater in a while.
When it needed to be dark, it went dark and like a little. Okay.
Now, it doesn't help. Now, maybe I have a bias because Natalie Portman and Tessa Thompson, Jane Foster, and Valkyrie look exactly like ex-girlfriends of mine. So the whole time I'm like, I get it, Thor.
I get you.
I miss it too.
I'm so
I have
sorry
unrequited
you
love.
Gorgeous girlfriend, ex-girlfriends. Wow.
You want to know what I find funny?
Humble brag. Go after yourself.
Before the movie came out, people were like, "Oh my gosh, they're replacing Chris Hemsworth with Jane Foster's Thor." Oh my gosh, I'm so sick of this. And then the movie comes out and they don't do that and they find something else to complain about. And it's
Well, no, my favorite complaint was a lot of people don't like. And again, if you agree with this, I'm not saying that your opinion is wrong or anything of that nature. This was a consistent complaint that I heard. A lot of people were very upset that Thor was treated to be like a himbo and the butt of a lot of jokes. And then I said to them, have you been watching the evolution of Chris Hemsworth's Thor over the past decade?
how he processes and deals with stuff.
No, not only that, but the gods are jokes.
Yeah, they're jokes.
Gods are jokes.
That's the best thing, dude.
They literally make a Jesus joke.
Zeus being like, you're not invited to the orgy anymore.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, they made
It is supposed to be like people that don't die, that have nothing better to do. What happens to you? You just get complacent. You get like, lackadaisical.
Actually, that's a great philosophical concept because there's a lot of thought that what gives life meaning?
If you have nothing but life, nothing gives you meaning.
Nothing.
So what do? You just
You become a bunch of trust fund babies, pretty much.
Narcissistic,
narcissistic joke.
And not just that, but whenever Thor was a himbo or he was treated as a sexual object and stuff, it was funny.
I mean, the scene when he gets like his clothes blown off is funny.
It's funny.
And also, it is character building because it shows that he has tattoos of all the people he lost on his back. It's like You can't. It seems like people are capable of seeking comedy through.
Actually, real quick, the back tattoo was pretty funny. I gotta check.
I was too drunk to get it.
Like Rest in Mischief. That's
what was the tattoos? I'm sorry.
It's like R.I.P. Rest in Mischief. Loki, his brother.
And he also has a little scroll.
Big
with
Loki.
Natasha's name.
Tony, everybody who died. It's all on his back. Yeah,
but
it's
even
cute.
Even go back to the R.I.P. Loki, where he's like, and then his brother died, and then he came back, and he died again, and he came back.
That was funny. He was like, he died again.
It is such a great. It's not. It's funny. It's funny, but when it's supposed to be dark, it's dark.
Yeah, dude. I mean, all right. We're not reviewing Thor. Okay, right? Like
if there was a time to,
we had fun.
I enjoyed it.
We had a good time, and if you haven't seen it, I hope you have the opportunity to, and I hope you have a good time.
Shut up and sell your damn books.
If you were somebody who didn't like the movie, hey, sucks, but there's another one coming right down the pipeline.
Hopefully, Black Panther's a little more your speed.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, anyone see the leaked trailer? Looks cool. Looks cool. Oh, by the way, don't be faked out. It's not Dr. Doom. It's not.
Yeah.
Just so we're clear, it's not Dr. Doom. All right. Anyway, so back in the 80s, there was a little character by the name of Matt Murdock, aka Daredevil.
Hey, Aaron, tell us about the 80s.
Yes, Aaron, tell us all about 80s Daredevil.
I got you. Like, 80s Daredevil?
Yeah, 80s Daredevil.
No,
okay.
80s in general.
Oh, yeah. Let us know what your impression is of the 80s.
A lot of people were smoking. They were told that it could kill you, but they thought it was cool to smoke and that it didn't actually kill you.
Reefer Madness? Okay, gotcha.
Let's see, what else happened? The greatest trilogy of movies was coming out in the 80s. So
technically,
late 70s. But
I was going to say only one movie from that trilogy came out.
Oh, yeah, they were finishing up.
Jaws could have been what he's talking about, though.
You talking about Jaws 3 and 4?
3 and 4? 2, 3?
No, 1 and 2.
3D?
1 and 2 70s. Yo, by the way.
That's right, you're right.
By the way, when did the shark just decide, he's like, you know what? I hate that family, and I'm going to follow him to the Bahamas.
It wasn't the
Did he have radar?
It wasn't the shark. It was the shark's kid. Whoa. It was Hereditary.
Can we be honest? How insane that they made 4 Jaws movies? Like, it's insane.
There's 6.
There's 6?
There's 1, 2, 3, 3D.
Wait a minute.
There's 4.
Wait, time out. Aren't we supposed to sell comics?
Yeah.
Stop. All right, this is a 7:30 to 8 o'clock conversation. Okay, when we really lost the plot. So,
who wants to bury the lead, sell the books.
In the 1980s. Okay. Oh, let me know when we're coming up on the break. All right. So in the 1980s, Frank Miller was finishing off his epic and still to this day, not underrated, not overrated, perfect.
Oh, it's been break.
Oh, is it break time?
Yeah.
Okay. Kyle, Kyle, we greatly apologize. So let's go to break. And then when we come back, we'll talk about Daredevil.
Don't get mad at me.
There's something for every imagination at your local comic shop. Visit comicshoplocator.com to find a store near you.
Did you know that every Experience show, including some exclusive content, streams on Twitch? Check it out, twitch.tv/the_EXP. Or just scan that QR code.
Imagine being at a convention and going to an interview panel that's just for you. No bustling crowds, no hours-long lines, just you, the moderator, and your favorite comic book creators. Well, this is pretty much that. Miss Jen sits down every week with 2 comic book creators for a live stream interview about their latest work, and you can ask them whatever you want. It's Talking Shop, Mondays at 5 Eastern on The Experience, Comic Culture and Sales.
Get the inside scoop on everything happening at The Experience every week. Join our mailing list by scanning the QR code at the bottom of the screen and then watching your email inbox.
Rub. Jason, rub her
I don't
belly.
want her to fart.
Dude,
I'm
Jason,
so-
Jason, rub the belly. That gives us good luck. Jason won't rub Parker's belly.
She farted.
Well, yeah, of course she farted.
Rubbing
I'm
it
telling you, man, when we're walking home in a couple hours,
She farted again.
she's yeah.
Parker, why?
I don't have ADHD. I have
Speaking of farting, the 80s was a decade.
A big, horrible, wet fart.
And for a lot of people, especially if you weren't a white heterosexual male, it was one big fart.
It feels like right now.
It's getting that. It's got that vibe. Anyway, all right. Hey, we're here to sell comics. We're a family show. I've been told that a lot. All right, so Daredevil, 80s. Frank Miller did it. And then there was a little break in between Born Again, because he came back, did a little Born Again. If you're not familiar with that storyline, read it. It's excellent. Along came a Marvel editor by the name, a young woman who grew up in Manhattan by the name of Ann Nesenti, who obviously had an affinity towards existential philosophers and writers and so forth. She began to write her favorite New York-based character, Matt Murdock, aka Daredevil. Also, she allowed her, let's say she was brought up a little Catholic, a little Christian, a little mix of both, and she didn't like it, which is why she was very attracted, again, to existential philosophy, thought, art, things of that nature. And so she infused her gritty, realistic, down-to-earth, street-fighting man, Matt Murdock, so her series, but she would build towards one of the weirdest second half of a run of a comic character I've ever seen in my life. Like, Daredevil literally goes to hell, but we'll get to that. Before that, the 80s were a difficult time for a lot of people. And there was a lot of paranoia. There was a lot of fear globally. We were deep in the Cold War. Let's say a certain political party was beginning its quick, ascent towards authoritarianism and fascism, pretty much the seeds of what we're dealing with lately. Also, a lot of nuclear fears. Oh, wait a minute. What does that remind me of?
Yesterday.
Also, New York, especially Manhattan, was a toilet. It was dangerous. Okay, this was before that lunatic, awful human being who used to be known as the mayor of New York. I won't say his name in case some issues. But he was a terrible human being who decided to turn Times Square into Disneyland and force everybody. Anyway, if you know anything about Times Square, 42nd Street from the 70s and 80s, think Taxi Driver. Ann Nesenti grew up in that environment. And so she filters all of her experiences and feelings about New York into her Daredevil run. And it's spectacular. Warriors, another good, yeah, there we go. But what really clinched it, whatever, to a young 8, 9, 10-year-old Brendon who fell in love with this series. It was also when a young artist coming off of a run on Uncanny X-Men and Iron Man started drawing Daredevil. That young artist went by the name John Romita Jr. and is probably one of my favorite artistic runs on a book of barring nothing. I love it. It is what it is. So that's my preamble. So let's just burn through a few of this. So Ann Nesenti started doing, I believe this is, yes, that is the very first issue of Ann Nesenti's Daredevil run. So first off, we have, I'm going to be a little quick, but I'll stop every now and again. If anyone has anything to add, please feel free. Let me know if the chat has it, because I'm just going to start cooking through some Daredevils. So first up, Daredevil number 238. This is the Mutant Massacre epilogue. You get Daredevil versus Sabretooth and the beginning of Ann Nocenti scripting and writing Daredevil's adventures. So Daredevil 238, VG plus 350. Guess what? Newsstand. We're going to say newsstand a lot when it comes to this run.
What was the Mutant Massacre?
You're not familiar with the Mutant Massacre? Or are you just trying to like
I am.
set me up? I don't think anyone's interested. If anyone doesn't know what the Mutant Massacre, let Aaron know in the chat, and maybe I'll tell you. Daredevil number 239 with a beautiful Arthur Adams cover. Also, I forgot, that is also Arthur Adams, but it's Arthur Adams inked by Klaus Janson. So definitely a bit different, that's for sure. But here we go. This is issue 239, a mid-grade fine copy at $2. Also, the first appearance of a character by the name of Rot Gut.
That's a horrible name.
I know, good name.
Yeah,
And then we have
to go with that one.
Daredevil number 240. That is a mid-grade copy at $2.50. And newsstand.
Can I be honest?
What?
That kind of looked like when Spider-Man was trapped in the
Yeah, sure. That's fine. Next up, Daredevil number 241. That is a mid-grade copy at $2.50. This is also the issue where, if I were to ask you in 1987, if someone was doing a guest stint, they just come over from DC, and we're still about a year or two away from probably their most defining piece of work, what artist do you think drew the interior art of this issue? He's a very famous artist. That's a Mike Zeck cover, but that is not the interior.
Grant Morrison.
Grant Morrison's a writer. Artist.
Make me
Illustrator.
laugh.
Oh, that's content? Okay. Jason, you have any ideas? It's okay. It's Todd McFarlane. Yeah, Todd McFarlane draws Daredevil. That is a Mike Zeck cover, but all of the interior art, it's a Christmas issue, is all McFarlane.
I like how it shows his like sense.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. And Mike Zeck is one of the greatest. Yeah, it's all Todd McFarlane. 241, way before me. Like, he had just broken into DC, Marvel, and he was getting a lot of guest artwork, but it was before he started drawing Incredible Hulk and then led into his Amazing Spider-Man run.
Gary has a.
Yes, Gary.
He says, which of these issues would you recommend for a one-and-done story? Just to pick up the issue, read it.
Okay, yeah,
and then hang it up somewhere.
Okay, wait. I got. Ooh. Man, there's so many good ones. You know what, Gary? We'll get to it. All right, I do have.
Relax, we get there.
No. I do have a favorite. There are a few issues in this run that I will say it like work there. But there's one that really stands out, and I will get to it in one moment. Let me just burn through these. It's the Inferno issue, and it's awesome. It's pretty much just poetry. And it's literally Daredevil, who's a broken human being, bandages, wandering around New York City that is being taken over by demons, and he's fighting like post office boxes and vacuum cleaners that are possessed by demons, and it's wild. I love it. He fights. Actually, it's an issue where Daredevil fights a demon-possessed New York subway train. Oh, good stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah. All right, real quick. So Daredevil 242, mid-grade, $2. We're not at John Romita Jr. yet. Issue 243, the first appearance and first cover of the Nameless One. Now that is the coupon is cut out. That was inside this book. It is a newsstand edition, but regrettably, this is only in good condition, which is why it's only $1. And then we have Daredevil fighting the Nameless One, Voodoo Vengeance, issue number 244, VG plus $1.75. All right, now, in all fairness, most of these issues are going to be sort of like mid-grade-ish to like VGs. But next up, this is a fun one. This is Daredevil number 245, where you're beginning to introduce a guest appearance of Black Panther. Now, this is that period which would pay off, I think, about 30 years later, when Matt Murdock, who wanted to kind of take a vacation or kind of get his stuff together, he asked T'Challa to take over as Daredevil. Well, he was still Black Panther, but, watch over Hell's Kitchen. This issue is the beginning of that relationship. So Daredevil 245, The Good, the Bad, and the Blind. Mid-grade copy, $2. All right, Daredevil number 246. Now, sometimes this issue is considered to be the first appearance of Chance. That is not true. That is a Spectacular Spider-Man issue. But again, everyone has their right to argue and piss and moan and, one-up each other. Anyway, this issue of 246, a mid-grade copy at $2. And then we get to Daredevil 247, a fine plus at $2.50. Now, this is the issue with a beautiful Charles Vess cover, and Daredevil and Black Widow fight a alligator in the New York sewers. So, good times, good times. Now, here's a big key, and one that I teased earlier on the local show. Daredevil number 248, newsstand edition, written by Ann Nocenti, illustrated by, oh my God, I'm flaking on his name, Leonard Kirk. This is a very fine minus copy, $5. Not only do you get a guest appearance by Wolverine, but it is the first appearance of Bushwhacker. So there you go. Very fine minus $5. For anyone who's not aware, sorry. And then the second part of that storyline where Daredevil and Wolverine fight because each one Wolverine wants to kill Bushwhacker because he's going around killing all young mutants. And Daredevil wants to stop Wolverine from killing him because Daredevil believes in the American judicial system because he's a naive idiot.
He's a lawyer.
Yes.
He's also a lawyer. Yeah.
So Daredevil 249, newsstand edition, VG 250, fun book for sure. All right.
Lawyer and idiot are synonymous.
Hey, Brendon?
Yes.
Honest question. Do you think someone could be a superhero and a lawyer at the same time? Do you think
I
that's
mean,
feasible?
Yeah.
Okay, do I think someone could do it? Yes. Do I think it's morally and ethically contradictory? Without a doubt.
Well, I mean,
No, it absolutely is. It's okay. If you were an attorney for immigration, maybe not as much.
Okay, so if it's like
So if you're not a criminal defense attorney or you're dealing with civil cases where you saved a young child who just got blinded by the chemicals that some company is putting into the lake that the kid fishes in, and then you are the defense attorney or the prosecutor, for the young kid trying to get money from the corporation, it gets complicated and messy. But here we go. Daredevil 250, the beginning of John Romita Jr.'s epic run on DD.
who the hell's John Romita Jr.?
I know. Who the hell is that? I don't know. Not only is this a newsstand edition, not only is it the first time that John Romita Jr. is drawing Daredevil, but it is the first appearance of Bullet. Now, if I were to tell you, Aaron, what do you think the Bullet's power is?
You can charge at you like a bullet.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. He just runs and hits things with his head. He's pretty much like the cheap version of the Rhino. But still, he's a fun character because he's got a young child who creates a bomb shelter in a Lower East Side Manhattan apartment. It's pretty. The Bullet's kid is a strange little kid.
Lower East Side Manhattan right now is very expensive.
No, I know, but in the '80s, it was like Hell's Kitchen, which is now.
I know. It's
Yeah.
Chelsea.
Yeah, it's like.
It's that whole area is very expensive.
Yeah, well, Hell's Kitchen in the '80s was those people who live there now would do everything in their power to avoid Hell's Kitchen in 1987. Anyway, this is a VG plus of $2, first appearance and first cover, if that matters, of Bullet.
That's why
You could really tell that JR's dad inspired him because I was looking at John Romita's Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
They have some similarities, but it's also kind of unique too.
I agree with you, but this is the period, which is why I love it so much, where John Romita Jr. is really kind of creating a style separate from his father.
Yeah, he definitely is more like angular.
Yeah, because John Romita Jr.'s X-Men work looks the most like his father's. And then his Iron Man, his first run on Iron Man still looks a lot like his father. But it was right around with this Daredevil series where he begins to really develop that kind of stylized aesthetic that he's most known for now over the past 30 years.
I mean, can you even blame him for the first few? It's
Of course not. His
you
father-
love seeing somebody draw a certain way, you're gonna draw like that.
And your father taught. It's like all the Kuberts look like Joe, Andy, and Adam.
Yeah.
They drew like their father. Anyway, fine plus of 251, 250. Again, save the planet. Obviously, Ann Nesenti had some things on her mind, and she wanted to use the platform of comic books. Again, anyone who tells you that comic books don't get political or don't take, let's say, controversial stances, have never read comic books. That's just the reality. So there we go. That's like,
misunderstood them.
did you hear the thing about the group of people who went to boycott Rage Against the Machine because they because they don't understand why Rage Against the Machine suddenly became woke and political.
Suddenly.
Have you heard the name of the band?
Dude,
Is
it's
Rage
not.
Against the
You know what?
Machine.
Again.
This is even worth discussion.
Again, you don't need me to say anything except people are not that bright.
You ever
And-
heard Rage Against the Machine song?
Let's say something about social media. Don't share an opinion about something you actually don't know anything about.
Do you know Metallica has a song about war?
No,
What?
what's that?
No way.
It's called One.
All right, now this is one of those fun one and done issues during the Fall of the Mutants tie-in. So pretty much Ann Nesenti. So Fall of the Mutants was a storyline where Apocalypse is fighting X Factor, and they do this massive battle above New York City, and it causes this huge blackout. Now, Ann Nesenti, who lived in New York in 1977, is sort of funneling her feelings and memories about the great New York City blackout in this issue. Because this issue, everyone assumes, somebody dropped a nuclear bomb. So all the power's out, the world is coming to an end, and guess what? People don't handle it well. And so forth. You get pretty much the equivalent of Daredevil dealing with the greatest blackout in New York City, why everyone is convinced the world is coming to an end.
Wait.
It is a mid-grade copy at $2.50.
Wait, do you remember the latest blackout in New York City?
Great
that
issue.
that was related to
Kind of
that
a
one?
simp for that cover. I think I want it.
Oh, it's awesome.
Do you remember the blackout of 2026 in Manhattan that they related to?
2026? Yeah, I know. When I traveled through time, like when I came back,
Oh,
2026. You know, all right, cool. 250 got claims. All right. There you go.
Even
Right.
Parker knew.
Yeah, Parker knew. Parker's like, woo, 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 yeah, I know that blackout. Hey, baby girl, don't worry. You can poop after the show. Next up, we have. Wait. The other thing I forgot, but Aaron already grabbed it. 252 is also the first appearance of the villain Ammo. Yeah.
What's his powers?
He has a lot of ammo.
He's a Vietnam vet who's really good at beating people up. He literally looks like a reject from the Warriors movie.
I was gonna say, is he
He's this dude who walks around in tight leopard pants with like a leather vest and like feathers hanging out behind his ear. He's fun. It's goofy. Next up, we got a Merry Christmas issue, Daredevil number 253, mid-grade, $2. This is also the first appearance of the Wild Boys. The Wild Boys were these two sort of junkie gang thug members that run around throughout Ann Nesenti's run, doing lots of dangerous criminal things. And one guy constantly sticks his tongue out the whole time. He's constantly like, it's weird. They don't call them the Wild Boys for nothing. Mid-grade, $2. Now we come to an actual big key. All right. It's a newsstand edition, but it's a mid-grade copy because this book was obviously well read, well loved. Primarily the issue, there's a little bit of what do we call the little stress lines on the spine? Foxy boxing.
No, boxing's when it gets red.
Yeah.
Like weird, like not.
Either way, there's a little off-white colors in the interior pages and everything. But this is the Heart Attack issue, and if you don't recognize, you see that gorgeous little mug back there? Don't worry, it's not Blackheart. This issue Issue number 254, mid-grade copy, $13, newsstand. First appearance of Typhoid Mary. And this is the beginning of the great Typhoid Mary storyline, which again is a personal favorite of mine. It's Ann Nocenti kind of working through her own experiences with a family member, I believe. Let's not even just say that because I don't want to talk about. It's a punk rock girl. It's the 80s, and it deals with DID, as it's referred to now, multiple personality disorder or dissociative identity disorder. So, Typhoid Mary, which, by the way, is a mutant. She's a mutant.
And on the Netflix
was
show,
that retconned or was that
versus
initial?
by Disney.
No, she was always a mutant. She had these like powers. Like she could like move things, like small things telekinetically, and she could cause people to just like light themselves on fire. Yeah, it's a weird power, but anyway, this issue is $13, and then we get the beginning of Typhoid Mary starting to make out hard with Daredevil. Issue number 255, Daredevil, a love story, mid-grade, $3.
Wouldn't his horns be poking her head?
No, because when you kiss, you don't kiss nose to nose. You do sideways, so his forehead will go.
It looks like it would be kind of poking.
What?
Good times. Oh yeah. And then Daredevil number 256, a mid-grade copy at $3, and this is the issue where Typhoid drowns Daredevil. By the way, that is absolutely foreplay. No kink shaming here. There you go.
Sure. Now we go.
So we'll break?
Yeah.
All right. So we got 3 minutes. So let's finish the ones that we have up here at the moment.
And we still need to get to the one for Gary.
And we'll get to that. Yeah, we'll get that fun one. All right. So next up, this is we're building. Now this is a big one. This is the issue, Daredevil number 257. This is a fine minus at $5. But this is pretty much the issue where you begin to develop the relationship between Matt Murdock and Frank Castle.
I bet they don't like each other.
Specifically, yes, there's a lot of arguments between the moral and ethical paradoxes of vigilante justice and what each one does. Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're best friends. I'm pretty sure they're about to hug and kiss.
It's an average day of work.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so that's issue 257. Next up, now, this is a break in the Ann Nocenti, John Romita Jr. run. This was written by Fabian Nicieza and illustrated by Ron Lim, newsstand edition. This is a mid-grade copy at $3, but more importantly, it is the first appearance of the Bengal, who is a Vietnamese orphan who grew up and is now an assassin, screwing over people in America because, we don't deserve nice things, which
Brendon?
is probably true. Yes?
Nick Berushi asks, how much for the entire run of Daredevil with Typhoid Mary?
Here, bear with me real quick. Let me just finish this off. Daredevil 259, newsstand edition, fine minus, $3. This is the period where Typhoid is now gathering all of Daredevil's villains to attack them all at once. This is a wonderful, wonderful issue, which leads to one of the best Daredevil issues, issue 260, the final triumph of Typhoid Mary. This is the issue where pretty much it's like a no nukes parade, and all Daredevil wants to do is just hang out at the parade. But guess what? Every single villain that Typhoid Mary was able to get all hit him until the very end, where Typhoid pretty much, quote unquote, kills him and leaves him for dead. 260, fine minus, 250. Now, with that said, let's think. The Typhoid Mary run, 258, does not count. So really, we're talking about 254, 255, 256, 57, 59, and 260. So if you wanted to buy all of these issues in one shot, I could do, let's see, I could do $25 for all of them. So, and you'll save about $4 or $5. All right, so there you go. If anyone's interested, you would get for $25, $254, $255, $256, $257, $259, and $260. There you go. So you keep that in mind.
Claim.
Oh, we're going for that.
Yep.
All
$25.
right.
I'll write it down.
There we go. So you mark down that this is all
Yeah, we're right on about
25. And I guess Aaron will take that phone call and we'll go to break.
Who would win, Batman or Superman? It's the age-old debate, except it's so much more complicated than that. Nerd Killer Warfare every week on The Experience is your chance to debate other nerds in the questions we've all been asking for years, except we take those debates and turn them up to 11. Go to bit.ly/EXP casting or scan the QR code to be part of the show.
Comic Collectibles is a pretty straightforward show. You got Rex here, he sells the comics, and you got Rock and Robbie, he knows about the comics. And finally, John, well, no one really knows what John does. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a great guy, but he just keeps showing up. Come to think of it, I don't even really know how he gets in here. Anyway, awesome comics, rare books, rarer signatures, slabbed books, and amazing cover sketches by Ken Hazer and others. Simple formula, you want the comics, you buy the comics. To sum up, Rex sells the comics, Robbie knows the comics, and John, who might possibly be a ghost. I mean, seriously, has anyone ever seen him show up or leave? Comic Collectibles with Rex and John, Mondays from 6 to 8 Eastern on The Experience. Comic Culture and Sales.
Are you a comic creator? Are you a publisher? Do you make a comic book product? Do you own a retail store? Do you do something I haven't thought of? Who are you and what do you do? Let us know by advertising on The Experience and invite our viewers to patronize your product. Message the EXP on social media or email us the_EXP@yahoo.com for more details.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's quickly resolve something. We had a little lag. So to Mr. Barucci, we apologize. Jason came in before you asked about those books, and he claimed, what was it? It was 236, 230. Anyway.
255, 248, 230.
Okay, so technically speaking, Jason did claim 255 before Nick, you asked about those Typhoid Mary Daredevils. So because of that, we had to remove the 255. So that kind of really throws off the whole package deal. So if you are still interested in 254, 56, 57, 9, and 60, let me know. We'll work something out. But again, first come, first serve, that whole thing.
Well, that's good. He said that's fine. He said it's fine.
But what exactly is fine? Just not
the ones that are left.
Just the ones that are left.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I just wanted to clarify.
9, 10, and 11 too.
All right, but that would also make it cheaper. So let's
Yeah.
just quickly. So how about this? This
Just
is
let me know what the math is so I can write it down.
right. 259, 260, and so we're gonna do 18, 12, 13. Well, that book was only the one you. It was only $3.
Yeah.
So we can do the whole thing at 20. So yeah, that's cool. All right. So we'll get, okay. Yeah, so just do that pack as 20.
Yeah.
All right.
And
All
then
right,
he
cool.
wants 9, 10, and 11 as well.
9, 10, 11
Yeah.
of Daredevil. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The chunky ones.
All right. Those are the big keys.
Yeah.
All right. There you go. That all the early Echo, first appearance, second appearance, third appearance, all that kind of stuff. All right. So we got all those. All right. So we're still burning through some more Daredevil and Senties. So now Daredevil's gone. He's missing. And now we're in the a heat wave of New York, and we get
Is it going to be Morphin? Oh, there it is.
issue number 261, newsstand edition, fine minus $2. This is where the Human Torch tries to help Karen Page look for the missing Matt Murdock. And if I can think of anybody I would love to hang out with during a heat wave in Manhattan, it's definitely the Human Torch.
Or a guy with mask.
Yeah. Now we're getting into Daredevil versus a demon-possessed vacuum cleaner. Daredevil number 262, fine minus, $1.50. This is the beginning of the Inferno crossover. Now, Ann Nocenti was an editor for a lot of the X-Men books. So she obviously wanted to do the book that she was writing to connect it to the books that she was editing. So even though some people were confused why Daredevil was, had Inferno tie-ins, well, let's be honest. I mean, Inferno took over all of New York, turned it into a hellscape. So, of course, Daredevil would be a part of that. Plus, we're also dealing with now psychotic Daredevil. We're getting into a point where Daredevil is turning into a depressive, existential lunatic. All right? Probably my favorite interpretation of Daredevil of all time.
Did we ever get to Gary's weird issue?
We're going to do it right now. And now we get to a broken, half-naked Matt Murdock wandering through a demon-possessed Manhattan where he will inevitably fight, literally fight, a demon-possessed New York subway train. Issue number 263. One of my favorite single Daredevil issues. Like, borders on being poetic. And the other good thing about it is, this copy, regrettably, is VG. Now, it's complete, it's all good, but we got a little bit of color rubbing there. But again, it's a beautiful copy, and it's yours for only $1.25. I mean, good Lord, most comics nowadays cost $4 to $5. This is one of the better ones, and it's only $1.25. And it even has something referred to as by demons driven Daredevil. I love it. Just look at that cover. Look at that half-naked lunatic fighting with a club, fighting a train, a demon-possessed train.
Right?
What's that?
He has his mask on?
No. His mask is half hanging on. Oh, it's awesome.
Kept that on?
Yeah. Now this one's weird. This is a newsstand edition. This is I'll just throw it out there. This is a good copy at 75 cents.
Oh, wait.
Yes?
Nick has claimed all of the Daredevils by John Romita Jr.
Okay.
I don't know how many that is, but
So, yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah, well, I guess then I don't have to talk about it anymore.
You kind of just.
And this is like my favorite. But here, okay, all right, Nick, they're all yours. But let me just really quickly. 265. Look, he's about to start fighting Mephisto. 266. He's fighting Mephisto. 267. Bullet's back. And now Daredevil is going on a trip through upstate New York. 268. Daredevil is getting suicidal. 269. Daredevil fights Blob and Pyro in a little town outside of Albany. 270.
Albany?
Way past Albany. Upstate New York. All right, now here's a big key. Here's a big key, and it's also a newsstand. 270 is the first appearance of Blackheart. And then we have 271 with the first appearance of Shotgun. 272, Shotgun is still being Shotgun. 273, Shotgun appears on the cover for the very first time. And now is where the book gets really weird. 274, Daredevil teams up with the Antichrist, a genetically modified sex slave, and the Inhumans. And now I'm going to show, and I won't talk about it too much, two of my all-time favorite Daredevil issues. Acts of Vengeance storyline that was occurring in 1989. They would send a villain who never fought a hero before. So Daredevil's villain was very unfortunate to run into Ultron. But there's a catch. This is Ultron 13. There were 12 Ultrons prior to this one right here. And this Ultron 13 is aware of every single one of his previous 12 personas. And to say that it drives him insane is an understatement, because what we get for 2 issues is existential Ultron, pretty much questioning existence, self. I mean, at this point, Ann Nocenti is just filtering all of her feelings about Nietzsche, Kierkegaard. I mean, she is just pouring existential. And again, even this cover says it all. Hollow victory. There are no victories at this point because this book is getting dark. And then some more Daredevil versus Blackheart. But at the end of this issue is when Daredevil, Gorgon, and Karnak of the Inhumans, and the rest of the merry band of lunatics that Daredevil's traveling around with in upstate New York fall into hell by the hands of Mephisto. And it gets crazy. This is literally, they interact with demons, angels, different kinds of existential, hell is not a burning place, but hell is a cold, cold, numbing place. There is an empty phone booth in the middle of the void. I mean, it gets trippy. There we go. Daredevil in Hell, Fire and Ice in the Land of the Dead. By Demons Deluged. Yeah. But hey, guess what? If you thought this book couldn't get any weirder than Daredevil fighting Mephisto, guess who comes to Daredevil's rescue, sort of, and as a guest appearance in a Daredevil book.
Jesus.
Which up until this point is primarily a street, good guess, because it sort of is.
Whoa, really?
Sort of. Again, coinciding with the existential kind of interpretation, what Stan Lee thought he was doing when he created this character, to the rescue of Daredevil and his merry band of fools in hell is Silver Surfer. Who thought Silver Surfer was showing up in a Daredevil comic, right? There you go.
He said he wants all the ones on the rack, too.
Oh, even the non-John Romita Jr. ones?
No, he said anything by J.R.
No, it's all the John Romita Jr.'s, right? Okay, I know them all. They're not all John Romita Jr.'s. I'll figure them all out. I just wanted to show them all off. So that is the last John Romita Jr. one, right there.
You'll get to Jesus, I guess.
Yeah, Silver Surfer. All right, so let's quickly, before I talk about the last 2 Daredevil issues we have, John Romita. There you go. That is not John Romita. John Romita. Junior. Those are all juniors. Junior and Junior. There you go. And Junior. There you go.
You can really tell this is his style.
Yep. It's awesome. I love that dude.
He's also interested in the white background Daredevil we have up there.
Oh, you're talking the final issue of that's a big explosion. This was the final issue number 380 of the original Volume 1 of Daredevil, which a few months later you would get the Daredevil Marvel Knight series by Kevin Smith and Joe Quesada. This is a very rare and scarce final issue.
He said it'll also take the fill-in issues.
So, okay.
Now it's not limited to just JR.
All right, so we're just taking the Ann Nocenti run, I guess.
Basically, yeah.
All right, and if he changes his mind,
I don't know if he 100% wants this one.
Okay. Parker. All right, my favorite part of having Parker here is she's chill and she just hangs out and she likes to look outside. And then people walk by and go, "Oh my God, it's a cute dog!" And they try to interact with her, and she's all like, "This is my new home. I'm the protector. Back up.
I suppose I should ask. Do I just put every single one of these comics numbers, or do I put?
No. Just
section.
Just mark them as Mr. Ferrucci's, and Al and Mike will figure it out tomorrow.
Gotcha.
Also, I imagine this is the final, and no, it's not the final one, but this was a fun one. This was an early Mark Bagley art before he went on to Amazing Spider-Man. This is Daredevil number 283. This was an issue I really enjoyed. This was Daredevil and Captain America teaming up to help a suicidal man. So I'm going to assume that's part of it, but if he changes his mind, we can, we'll figure it out. All right, so now we are way past the Ann Nocenti, John Romita Jr. stuff, so I'm not going to count this to that. So if you are interested in it, claim it separately. This is Daredevil number 310, the first cover appearance of the character Calypso. Calypso was Kraven's lover, who famously in the very first Todd McFarlane Spider-Man story, Torment, she, in revenge over the death of her lover, she tortured Peter with the hope of driving him mad and crazy and killing him. It didn't work, but don't worry, because about a year later, Calypso reappeared in Daredevil with control of Demon Daredevil. Is she pooping? I mean, is she farting?
She's licking me.
Oh, she's licking you? She's getting a little worked up?
Yeah.
Okay. Parker, do you need to poop? Yeah? All right. Well, baby, wait till the next break. All right. So there we go. This is a very fine minus at $8. Daredevil number 310. The return of Calypso, but more importantly, her first cover appearance, if that matters. So there we go. All right. Calypso. All right, cool. So there you go.
Wait, no. Is it 310 or?
Yeah, 310. Daredevil 310.
Mark Bagley as well.
Yeah. Oh, that was the Daredevil 382.
Gary, bro, they're all claim, man.
Did you hand me that one as well?
Yeah.
It's in the pile. Then.
Yeah. Was that a Subaruchi claim?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's all part of that. Okay, cool.
All this stuff.
Perfect. How much time do we have before the break? Okay, Kyle, let us know if we're up against the break. If not, I'm going to dive into some Deadpools. So, Aaron,
he's asking, do you want to do a Parker-based break?
Yes. Let's take a break now to see if my beautiful baby girl needs to poop. All right, cool.
This is The Experience.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hey there, hi there, ho there. You're as welcome as can be.
Hi, I'm Nancy McCann. Welcome to Friday Night Live on The Experience.
Welcome, everybody, to Fat Jack's Comicrypt. Brendon, Al, Jason, hanging out.
There I am. Welcome back to Kicking It with Henry, folks. I am your host, Henry Kumpa. It's great to be here with you guys.
So we are going to talk about books that are in stores this week.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Mishmash.
Hello, and welcome to the Black Comics Universe, presented by Peep Game Comics.
And you gotta love it that the first people in to minute to skim it are creators.
Up, everybody! Welcome to another Wednesday Warriors. My name is Joey Galvez, and this is my pal Ambrosia.
Hey, everybody! Welcome to Space Cadets.
Hey!
What's up?
Welcome, everyone, for another episode of I Must Ask You a Question.
Hi, everybody! Welcome to Nerd News Now.
Hey, this is Rex. Welcome to Comic Collectibles.
Hey, hello, all you happy people. Welcome to the Dan Wickline Show.
Hi, everybody, and welcome. Is the crazy show that we do on Thursdays called What's in the Box? What's in the Box?
Comic culture and sales. Comic Collectibles is here for you every Wednesday with AR Comics for two very important reasons. To sell you rare, one-of-a-kind comics that you'll love, and to confuse AR with old man talk. You see, Rex and John are, how should I put this, ancient as the roots of the mountains. So every week, Rex and John fill in AR in yet another area of pop culture that he missed because he's too young, just didn't have the time, or just really doesn't care about. It's a real public service they provide. Come buy some super rare and unique comics, while old men explain long-dead sci-fi shows to a younger man making that confused puppy face. Every Wednesday from 6 to 8 Eastern with Rex, John, and AR Comics. Comic Collectibles on The Experience. Comic culture and sales.
I just show up. I'm nothing
Hello.
to do with this place.
Welcome back.
I don't know. Hey, how you doing?
Brendon's still walking the dog, so we're gonna review Thor: Love and Thunder with no spoilers, right?
I really enjoyed it.
I did too.
I don't know.
I thought the
oh,
film
he's
was
back.
really
Oh,
chill.
wait.
Don't
The
chase
native man's back. All right.
So anyways, that's how you commit a crime.
Oh, funny. Hey, do you run back? So much diarrhea.
Ew.
Just so much.
They tell me she farts again, it's gonna spread even more.
No.
I think she's done.
No, look how excited she is. She's so happy. She feels so much better. Look at her. She's so excited. Oh,
Wait, do we
I
have Silver
love this
Surfer
dog.
up here?
Yes, I have 2 issues of Silver Surfer.
Right,
So-
right, just wow.
Who wants to hear about them?
Professional. Very
Yeah.
professional.
Yeah. All right. Let me, because I got a couple notes on.
Thanks, Kyle. We tried. We gave a review of Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh, you did? Oh, that's cute. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so Silver Surfer, from his second volume, from the late 80s. This is Silver Surfer number 8. This is the first appearance of Pat Ton, a Kree scientist who will appear in the Marvels movie. All right, so
Imagine, yeah.
as we know, the character, this is a tough one. Okay, so this is a very fine plus at $8. Will the character be exactly like his comic counterpart in the Marvels film? I don't know. But this issue is on the rise and people are paying attention because it is confirmed there is a character in the Marvels movie, which stars Carol Danvers, Monica Rambeau, and Kamala Khan, a character by the name of Pat Ton, who is a Kree scientist, is in the movie. Now,
This might be how we figure out how the Kree tech was made.
it's who knows, but that is what it is. We'll just leave it there. We won't speculate much further than that. So very fine plus $8. And then we have, much like Daredevil 380, a very rare book because it is a final issue of Silver Surfer Volume 2. This was, now even J.M. DeMatteis had left the book by this time. So I'm not really familiar with this writer Greenberg, but I definitely know Dennis Cohen's art, and it's awesome. But this is Silver Surfer number 146, the final issue in a very low print run, which is why the primary reason that this book at a very fine plus is $15 is because, like I said, it is a rare, scarce book. So there you go, Silver Surfer 146, very fine plus, $15.
That art style is so cool. I like the thick lines.
Yeah,
It's like such a style.
Yeah, no, I'm into it too. All right, cool. So those are the only 2 Silver Surfer books that we have up here at the moment. All right, so with that said, we're kind of out of time. We got about 45 minutes left, with I think maybe 1 or 2 breaks. So we have so many Iron Man comics. I'm going to once again put Iron Man off because we'll never get through it all. So how about for right now? Let us just get through what we have up here, and then if we still have some more time, I got some Walt Simonson Fantastic Fours. I got some Spectacular Spider-Mans. So maybe we'll do some of those. But for right now, let us quickly talk about what we actually have up there. First of all, one of my all-time favorite comic book characters and an artist who I love and adore, Mike Allred's Madman. Now, no, this is not his first appearance. That was in, it's like an anthology book. But this is the very first Madman issue, like the very first Madman series. It's a 3-issue series. Like, look, he's still wearing the full hooded mask instead of where his hair's popping out. So this book, especially in the black and white scene and the underground scene and everything like that, Madman has become a very famous. And this copy here is a high grade at $12.
Kyle says the break schedule shot, so just play it by ear, aka only take breaks when Parker wants it. So there you go.
No, she's good. She's passed out. Look at her. She dumped about a pound of diarrhea / pork fat, which I was barely able to clean up.
You know what? Brendon's was so much happier. Now that's all that matters.
Yeah.
It's all done.
It's my baby girl.
She poops, it's like he poops.
Yeah, it is. It's true. I love my baby. I want her to be good. All right, so Madman #1 with this Black Widow. Oh, okay, this is a fun one. Now, this is a reprint called Hulk vs. the Thing. 4 stories featuring the Green Goliath going toe-to-toe with the ever-loving, blue-eyed Thing. Now, this reprints 4 issues. Now, these 4 issues are probably, they're definitely the earliest, but they're some of the most famous battles between the Thing and Hulk. So the 4 issues reprinted in this is Fantastic Four number 25 and 26. Those 2 issues were the very first battle between them. Then we get a pretty big battle in Fantastic Four 112. And then we have another battle in Marvel Feature number 11. So there you go. That is a very fine copy at $10. And I got to be honest, I haven't seen this book in about 35 years.
Same.
Oh, excellent.
Our good friend Nick.
All right, that's smart.
Also, I feel like this might be, me asking.
Sure.
What a question.
Yeah.
Who wins?
Oh, almost always the Hulk.
Oh.
No, that's not true. That's not
there
true.
You go, guys.
It goes back and forth. It depends.
Well, does the Thing have super strength, or is he literally just rocks?
No, he has super strength. Okay. No, the Thing is super strong. Okay, so what if Secret Wars 25 years later? This is What If, Volume 2, number 114. So with this issue, we get, what is this? Oh, yeah, here we go. First team appearance of the Battle World Avengers. That is Crusader, Bravado, Mustang, Firefly, and Torrent. Pretty much a bunch of names that sound like, I don't know, pirating sites.
So they all sound like cars.
Yeah. You also get the first appearance of Crusader, who is Sharon Carter, the daughter of, okay, here's, sometimes Marvel writers, you really crack me up. The father and mother of Sharon Carter, who would become Crusader in this book, is, and I'll play a little game here. It's obviously, Steve Rogers, Captain America. Who do you think the mother of Crusader is, who slept with Steve Rogers? I'll give you a hint. She first appears in an Avengers book, but she's technically a mutant. Yeah. In fact, she came up in a conversation that we had before the show.
A lot of those.
But we don't talk about a lot of female mutants before the show. I'll give another hint. There's a book you're really hoping that somebody didn't purchase with the idea that you'll get your hands on it. Rogue! Captain America and Rogue got together and had a daughter.
I beat Jason.
There you go. High grade copy, $15. These late What If books are becoming more and more rare. Look, they're even next to each other. Rogue and Steve. Hey,
How does that work?
Opposites attract. Opposites attract.
I mean, it's the 90s.
There you go. All right.
Banging in the 90s.
And now this is a more recent book, and we haven't done enough DC, so I want to do this one. Detective Comics 1034, high grade, $10. First cameo appearance of Flatline. first appearance of Master Dusk, first appearance of Hugh Vile, first appearance of Deb Donovan, first mention of the League of Lazarus.
First appearance of my dad.
So this is a big key ring. Yeah, it's big.
No, they're real people.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Hugh Vile is my roommate in college. Yeah, there you go.
You said that live.
Also, for anyone who hasn't been paying attention, Wonder Man is hot. And
it's going up too.
And I thought we sold all of our copies of Wonder Man #1, but Mike was able to find one more. But this one is a little bit unique, but the price is based on the fair market value of the book itself. So if you think that this next detail is a ding to the quality, then maybe the $12 that I priced it at will not be very worthwhile. Or maybe you'll find $12 is actually cheap considering. So here we are, Wonder Man #1, this first ongoing series, and when he became like a real actor and everything. But more importantly, right here along his pant leg. And no, I am not making a double, entendre or anything like that.
That size of that thing.
It is signed by Jeff Johnson, the artist. And wasn't that crazy? I didn't want to make the joke. Thankfully, you reacted.
Johnson on the Johnson.
Jeff Johnson
on the Johnson
signed along his inner thigh. Yeah.
JR on the
JJ.
Forget it.
The JJ on the JJ.
Anyway, this is a recent key that really became quite sought after. But again, we do have signed right here by the main artist of this entire series, Jeff Johnson. Wonder Man #1, high grade, $12, signed Jeff Johnson. All right.
Is this signature worth money?
There's a debate.
Okay.
Some people believe there's a reason why until I think the 90s with the Image guys, when most artists or writers would sign a comic book, they would never sign the cover because to them, that was destroying the cover. So the industry standard was you would open up the book, you'd have the first page, and you would either have some empty white space at the top of the page or at the bottom of the page. And then that's where you would sign it.
Yeah,
Yes.
so when you bought a
Gary's headed out. Take it easy, Gary.
Yo, Gary, man, take care, man. Always a pleasure, bud. See you in 2 weeks. What were you saying, Jason?
When you buy a Swamp Thing, you open it up.
So my question is,
I should have known.
After
Can't let it go.
After artists and writers sign a bunch of these books, why didn't they think, hey, we should probably print these books to have like a nice little gap where they could be signed?
Well,
would that not be smart?
No. I mean, you can buy like covers, like the CGC things, where you tell them where to sign.
You want the Johnson on the Johnson? Give me the Johnson.
All right, so really. Oh, yeah, someone wants the Johnson? All right. Johnson on Johnson. Good stuff. Okay, so next up, we are going to talk about your friend and mine, pretty much the spirit animal of this show, none other than probably one of the greatest artists to ever work in this industry, my boy, Robert.
Liefeld.
You didn't let me come up with a middle name.
No.
Robert Ulysses Liefeld.
Robert, you draw him real thick, Liefeld.
Ulysses is short for useless.
Hey. Who knows? Maybe one day I'll be in business with Mr. Liefeld. So I really need to
Don't call him Mr. Liefeld.
Mr. Liefeld and I, we go back, man. I wore butter
Listen, let's just get this straight. There's no one else who draws as much gains on Captain America.
That is true. So speaking of Captain America,
Captain America too.
all right. So we have up here during the Heroes Reborn, I always confuse it. Heroes Return, no, Heroes Reborn, and then that turned to Heroes Return. It doesn't matter. So here we have Captain America #1 by Rob Liefeld and Jeff Loeb. This is the first spectacular issue, high grade, $12. First, and that's primarily because it is the first appearance of Ricky Barnes, the Heroes Reborn version of Bucky, who will later enter the 616 universe and become the next Nomad.
Is it bad that I can't look at a Liefeld cover now and not see his...
It's not bad, but...
It's not bad, but it's like...
But
can see how he ended up with
It's not
you,
your problem.
you should have been around during the early days where we actually got in trouble because we made fun of Rob Liefeld too much.
Oh, wow.
The guy's made. He's
He's
made me mad.
Okay, how about this?
He has his moments.
He's fine. He doesn't care what the three of us think. Okay?
Don't get me wrong. He's not a bad guy. I was just taken aback by the whole thing.
I understand. All right. Now we are going to point out something. Mr. Rob Liefeld illustrated this X-Force #1. And I found out something about X-Force #1 that I was not aware of. And at first, when I found out, I chose not to believe it. So I kept digging.
As an American does.
Yes, I kept digging, trying my best to find another example just to disprove this supposed fact. Well, I couldn't find anything. So if anyone knows, I'm going to tell you exactly what I mean in a moment. So after I do, if you can think of an example that predates this issue, let me know, because I'm actually really curious. But X-Force #1 is known for a lot of things. It's known to be the third appearance of Warpath, as if that's important. It is also known to be the first cameo appearance of Tyler Dayspring, the son of Strife. It is also the first appearance of G.W. Bridge. But more importantly, all right, real quick, this is a high-grade copy at $8, and it is not one of the books that has the Cable card or the Deadpool card. Those ones, if you find yourself with a Polybag X-Force #1 with either Cable or Deadpool as the trading card, that is easily a $20 book. But
what if you were like me and took the Cable card out and got it graded with that trading card in there?
then who graded it? CGC?
CGC.
What did they say?
And what did they grade it at?
They took it out. A 9.2.
It's another reason why CGC is a scam. Because
19.
the moment you open up this Polybag, it's not a high grade
So
anymore.
You're not supposed to send them the Polybag. You're supposed to take out the Polybag.
Oh, so just getting a graded period.
So
So
getting graded by the CGC, you should not be sent a Polybag.
yeah, what's wrong?
But what
They
the?
graded by Polybag.
This is
So
absurd.
if I have to send a card with the comic,
But isn't
you
it?
cannot do.
But isn't it complete?
Hey.
All right. Anyway, that's a different argument. And again, I'm not. So here's the thing. So this is a high grade at $8. X-Force #1 is considered the very first time a comic book ever came polybagged with a trading card. Which, I gotta be honest, kind of blew my mind. I was like, no, not really. Seriously? Throughout the entire 80s, no one thought of putting it in a plastic bag with a trading card? But it seems to be true. So again, to anybody watching right now, if you can think of an example that predates X-Force #1 that's polybagged with the trading card, my ears are open. So there you go. We do not have the first appearance of Deadpool, but we got a bunch of Deadpool comics up here. But what we do have is X-Force #2, a very fine plus copy at $16, and the second appearance of Deadpool. Also, the first appearance of Weapon X. Now, this is the Weapon X, not obviously Logan. This is the Garrison Kane Weapon X. That guy. A guy who... Has this guy ever shown up again? Or did they kill him off and I just don't know it because I didn't read some random... Garrison Kane? No? Doesn't Garrison Kane sound like a terrible senator?
It does. Well, no, that's just John.
So second appearance of Deadpool, first appearance of Weapon X, Garrison Kane, very fine plus, $16. And now we get into, yes?
Nick wants. I want to know, and Nick does too.
Okay.
What card's in that?
How much was the X-Force one?
It's $8.
$8, and what card was it?
I will find out right now. In fact, you know what, Jason, do some work. Find out what card it's in. All right, because I got to get my notes because we're now going to jump into some Deadpool. All right, here's the card.
Oh, sorry, Nick.
It's X-Force, isn't it?
I gotta do some research on it.
Yeah, it's all right. So we'll show it off. The card is X-Force, the team card. So there you go. Trust me, if it was Deadpool or Cable, it would not be $8. That's for sure. So Jason's going to throw that back into the bag and board. All right, now we're going to. So a lot of rumors. Most of them seem to be legit. Disney and Marvel are obviously because now that they own. What's that? Oh, okay. All right. So here's 2. And then once Jason gets the X-Force number 1 back in the bag and board, we will throw that off to the side for you. Okay. So Disney wants to make Deadpool 3. There we go.
And they want it to be R-rated.
Oh, they definitely want it to be R-rated.
They want to keep Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, and they want to keep Ryan Reynolds. They want to, again, why break up a good thing? And let's be honest, Deadpool turned out to be a massive surprise. Deadpool 2 was a blast.
No one thought
yeah, so here's hoping for Deadpool 3. But because now people and speculators are aware that Disney is gung-ho, they're doing a Deadpool 3 at some point. So now the argument is, what are they going to pull from? What are they going to be inspired by? All that kind of stuff. So for about the past year or so, we had a Deadpool lull to the point where if you were lucky, you were paying attention, you could have gotten a New Mutants 98 for less than $500 or $600. which they were obviously selling for at one point raw. All right. We are now back in, we're leaving the valley and we are starting to move back up to the peak.
Oh, you showed the Deadpool 2, because that was the second
appearance. X-Force 2. Yes. Yeah. We don't have a first appearance, but we had a second appearance.
I'm not fat, Jack. That was rude.
All right. So we are moving back into a peak. We're climbing the peak again in regards to Deadpool speculation. So a lot of Deadpool keys and random Deadpool books are, rising back up in value. Or if anything else, interest in those books, even if the prices haven't jumped up a lot, interest is, coming back. So that's where we're at. So let us talk about the few Deadpool comics that we actually have up here. First of all is the Wizard number 0 Deadpool, where Deadpool fights the lamest dead people in the Marvel Universe, specifically the Wizard. Not since the Vision and the Scarlet Witch number 2 has the Wizard been around, but he's back right there, little Wizard guy. So here we are, Deadpool number 0, Very Fine Plus, $6. And then we get, after a couple appearances, New Mutants, one appearance, 2 appearances, doesn't matter, and X-Force, Deadpool finally got his very first limited series, Deadpool The Circle Chase, which gave us, was this Fabian Necessity did this?
Thank God, yes.
Yes, okay, because Mark Waid did the other one. All right, but bless you. Some of the very early Marvel work for Joe Madureira, a really fun, wonderful series where Deadpool fights Black Tom Cassidy, the Juggernaut. He makes out with Banshee's daughter, Siren.
It's fun.
It's a fun book. He fights the Phalanx at one point.
Series.
Yeah, it's a good time.
It's not goofy fun, but it's fun.
Yeah, because we're not at Joe Kelly yet.
We're not the craziness.
We'll get there in a moment. So this is all 4 issues of Deadpool The Circle Chase. So first up is the very first issue and the very first Deadpool series, Very Fine Plus, $20. Not only the first solo Deadpool series, but also the first appearance of Slayback. And then we get issue 2, 3, and 4.
Deadpool Zero's Claim.
Deadpool Zero's Claim. There you go. All right. So here we go. Number 2. That is a Very Fine Plus at $8. Number 3. Very Fine Plus, $8. And number 4. Look, that's the Phalanx he's fighting and stuff. Now, this is a mid-grade at $4. That's primarily because there's some discoloration along the white of the cover, and there's a little bit of discoloration on the first few pages. So because of that, just to be fair, I knocked it down to a mid-grade. and priced it up to $4. So there you go. The full Deadpool Circle Chase series. And there was a miniseries after that by Mark Waid and Ian Churchill. But it wasn't until 1997. What?
Deadpool.
Yeah, just called Deadpool. But now in 1997, we get the very first ongoing Deadpool series. But more importantly, with Joe Kelly coming on to the writing reins, we are now beginning the process of Deadpool becoming the fourth wall breaking, meta awareness of being a comic character at times, leaning more towards humor and really trying to uphold the Merc with a mouth kind of joke. But pretty much with the beginning of Joe Kelly and Ed McGuinness's 1997 Deadpool ongoing series, we are now at the point where Deadpool is becoming the Deadpool that we now know of. So we have 2 copies of the very first issue of Deadpool ongoing series, issue number 1 by Joe Kelly and Ed McGuinness. This copy here is a high grade copy at $60. And then we have a very fine plus copy at $50. Also, this is the first appearance of Blind Al. That was his blind roommate, who you probably saw in the movies. What movies? And the character by the name of Cannon Fodder, which should probably tell you all you need to know about the tone of what this series is going towards. All right. And then we get, now, that first Deadpool ongoing series, try to find, it lasted to the 50s or 60s?
Yeah, it went far.
It went far. Try to find the issues. They're hard to find.
It's pretty bad.
Even that's a lot of print.
That's true. I got one of those.
Yeah, no, it's just, I don't know why, but it's all out of print, and it's kind of hard to find.
2 great movies.
Yeah, these Deadpool series. All right, so first up, we have a classic battle between Deadpool and the Hulk, but more importantly to some people, one of the very first times that Ed McGuinness drew the Hulk. Deadpool number 4. That is a very fine plus copy at $18. 18
gold.
There you go. And then we get, Deadpool number 27. Not only is it a rematch between Deadpool and Wolverine, but more importantly, it is the return of one of the greatest Marvel villains of all time, bar none, and one of the greatest creations by one of my favorite Marvel writers of all time, Steve Gerber. And I'm talking about the return of Dr. Bong. Bong, bong, bong.
Thank you, Bong. No, bong, bong, bong.
Bong, bong, bong.
Not bong, 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 bong.
There you go. First introduced in the immortal Steve Gerber Howard the Duck series. One of my all-time favorites, and if you've never read Howard the Duck, I cannot recommend it enough. Deadpool number 27, very fine plus, $10. But let's be honest, it's all about the bong, all right? There you go. And now we move on to, so, at some point, some Marvel editor, writer was like, you know what character Deadpool should cross over with? Like, they just fit. Like a hand in a glove.
Ghost Rider?
Close.
Wolverine?
Another close one. Another close. How about this? Change their skin tone. I'm talking about Black Panther.
That's interesting.
Cat Trap.
Sure.
Cat Trap. There you go.
I'm guessing Black Panther didn't like him very much.
Well, no. All joking aside, at this point, Christopher Priest had taken over the Deadpool series, and Christopher Priest was still writing Black Panther. So obviously, Christopher Priest decided, it'd be a lot of fun. I've recently made Eric Killmonger be Black Panther. So let's have Eric Killmonger as Black Panther team up with Deadpool and watch as the comedy it's like literally Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor and Stir Crazy. You know, or it's Mel Brooks and Richard Pryor. Oh, of course it is.
Okay, I'm gonna sound young. Isn't that the movie when he pulls them out behind? He's like, "Where are the white women at?"
Yes.
I love
Yes. Yeah. It's great. Also, can you imagine Blazing Saddles? Richard Pryor wrote Blazing Saddles, but can you imagine if Richard Pryor was in Blazing Saddles?
Do we have Bong, dude? I don't know.
Yeah. Deadpool. Dr. Bong.
I think what's his name did fine. Perfect job in that movie.
Yeah, it's great. It's
Can't
great.
remember his name.
All right, so this is issue number 44, the first crossover between Deadpool and Killmonger as Black Panther. Now, again, I'm going to give you its price. At this point, these Deadpool books became lower print runs because Deadpool wasn't huge yet. Like, he was popular, but sort of as a fringe character. So these issues started to become, lower print runs. People didn't really care. But, over the past 2 decades, Deadpool has become one of the biggest comic book characters in the world. And also, guess who else has become one of the biggest characters in the world? Little character by the name of Black Panther. So, of course, this Cat Trap series, 2 issues of Deadpool, 44 and 55, and 2 issues of Black Panther, I don't know which issue numbers off the top of my head, have become very sought after and not very well found. And because of that, even this high-grade copy here is $25. There we go. And then we have a great 50th issue written by Jimmy Palmiotti, illustrated by Derek Robertson, but more importantly, a gorgeous Arthur Adams cover. Deadpool number 50. But what also gives this some of its value, even as a very fine for $13? It is the first appearance of the Switchblade sisters and Kid Deadpool.
What?
Yes.
He's a kid?
Or at least a kid is Deadpool? I actually have
He has a kid.
I have no idea.
He has a kid in a couple new ones.
Really?
I can't remember her name.
It's got a kid?
Yeah.
A daughter?
Yeah, daughter.
Well, this isn't a daughter.
Yeah.
So maybe it's a kid pretending to be? Whatever. But you get Typhoid Mary, you get Bullseye, you get Blind Owl, Wolverine, Taskmaster, Siren, Death. Good times. Deadpool number 50. Very fine. $13. First appearance of the Switchblade sisters and first appearance of Kid Deadpool. All right.
Eleanor. It's her name.
Eleanor. Oh, yeah. That's
Brendan Parker, too smart for me.
Why is that?
I was like sneaky eating my head.
No, she's found out. Oh, no.
I was like this in the corner.
She's very intelligent, trust me. And next up, we have Deadpool number 52, high grade copy, $13, and the first appearance of the Mercy sisters.
Ooh.
Mercy me.
Ooh. Oh, my, with the short skirts.
I know. And the big guns. Anyway, high grade, $13. There we go. All right. Next up, let us deal with a few books that we have not talked about already. So here we have Captain America number 18 by Mark Waid. This is a weird first appearance issue. This is Captain America versus Korvac, and it is the first appearance of Primax. Primax is inspired by Captain America to revolt against his creator, Korvac. This is a high grade, very fine plus copy at $6.
That's Korvac.
Yeah. That's weird, man. Stuff pertaining to Korvac, even like stuff like a random character, it's going up in value, which makes me curious.
It's the same thing like what's his name? Annihilus.
Yeah,
All those things are just kind of
like it's like people are trying to figure out who like the next big classic villains are going to be.
I bought Annihilus for $20 8 years ago.
Right.
And now I bought it for $20.
First, you mean Fantastic Four Annual number 6?
Annual number 6
easily costs you $400 or $500.
Yeah. So,
but also it's the first appearance of Franklin Richards too.
But where do you see it? It's a giant size, so like giant sizes are weird, like to begin with.
That's true.
So
yeah, all right, cool.
I'll take it for $5.
Well,
sorry for that divergent.
That's okay. We have 15 minutes left, so let's burn through these last ones. All right. First up is Untold Tales of Spider-Man, original graphic novel, Strange Encounters, written by Kurt Busiek and illustrated, written by Kurt Busiek and Roger Stern, illustrated by Neil Vokes. a little New Jersey guy who used to shop at the Jersey shop over for Fat Jack's. Parker, baby girl. It's all right. We're going home soon, sweetie. This is a high-grade copy at $8. Spider-Man teaming up with Doctor Strange and going on adventures. Good times.
Oh, you mean like that new Spider-Man?
Ooh, yeah. Now we have. All right, now we're gonna get into some of these these weird wizard books. So let me just find.
We're off to see.
All right, here we go. So first up is Wild Thing, number 0, the daughter of Wolverine, fighting Hulk, and obviously an homage to Incredible Hulk 181. And don't pay attention to my dog humping my leg right now. Now this is actually a Wizard Zero that carries a little bit of value because of how kind of rare it is. But this is Wild Thing number 0, very fine, $7. And then we get Wizard 1/2 of Spider-Man with Spider-Man and Black Costume Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2099 and some Spider-Man character I've never seen before in my life. Spider-Man 1/2, high grade, $8. And then we get the son of Captain Marvel number 0, spinning out of the pages of Avengers Forever, which will lead into Peter David's wonderful, kooky, wild run of Captain Marvel. Very fine plus, $4. And then we get, now this, where are my notes for this one? This one has, okay, here we go. Star Wars number 0. We actually have 2 copies. This is a high grade at $8, both of them. Published by American Entertainment, exclusive with Dark Horse Comics. This is issue number 0. Now, this was originally serialized in Marvel Comics Pizzazz magazine in 1978. Does anyone remember Marvel Comics Pizzazz magazine?
Of course.
Written by Roy Thomas, illustrated by Howard Chaykin, an unseen story pertaining to the Marvel run of Star Wars. So obviously Roy Thomas and Howard Chaykin were doing the Marvel Star Wars at the time with Archie Goodwin. And this book pretty much recreates or republishes the storyline that was serialized in the out-of-print Marvel Comics Pizzazz magazine, which is so goofy. But there you go. Star Wars number 0.
This is the one.
The Spider-Man 1/2?
Yeah,
that's the only one we have up there. So that should be the one. All right. Now we're going to burn through 4 books that are kind of signed, and they have a certificate of authenticities. All right, so here we go. This is Untold Tales of Spider-Man, the flashback issue -1. A really cool Fred Hembeck cover. But this issue is signed by John Romita Sr. And there you go. John Romita Sr., who did a bunch of the art in this issue so as to coincide with his run back in the 60s. Now, it comes with the original plastic backer that this book came with its special little hologram certificate. Again, these are these weird special... You had to buy them through Home Shopping Club Network or special previews thing, or nowadays it would have been a Comic Con exclusive or something like that.
Nowadays it's this.
Or this, yeah.
Yes.
High grade copy, $10. And then Incredible Hulk -1, signed by Adam Kubert, who was the illustrator of this run on Hulk. This is a high-grade copy at $10. Same thing, comes with its original plastic packaging. It's got the certificate of authenticity. It's got its little hologram thing. All fun. High-grade, $10. And then we have the Wizard 1/2, Devil's Reign 1/2. A lot of halves here. The Silver Surfer and the Witchblade, signed by David Wohl, the writer of this storyline. Again, comes with the original plastic sleeve, has its little special hologram, comes with a certificate of authenticity, all that kind of stuff. High grade, $10. And last but not least, Wizard 1/2, Witchblade and Tomb Raider. the special Wizard Edition. It even has a little gold sticker there. Good times. I'm pretty sure it is not signed by anybody, but still, rare little book, high grade, $10. All right. So, all right, that is that. What's up? Something fun happening?
No. Nothing in the chat. It's just Airbnb dead.
All right.
Anyway,
Is the chat dead? I imagine the chat.
No. It's not dead.
Really? It's not?
No,
How much are those each again?
$10 each.
$10 each, Mr. Nick. Would like to also buy those.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Star Wars, though, is $8, and that is not part of the weird signed special kind of wizard. And
Oh, right. Songs. Remind people.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. If you haven't given us a song suggestion,
I don't think Nick has ours.
this is the last time.
Nick, we need a song, man.
And again, don't
Nick, come on.
overthink it.
It could be anything. First thing you think of.
Kyle, we don't need a song.
A song you love. An album you've been listening to this weekend. Just a mood you're in.
All 4 of the signs and Star Wars have been called.
Oh, excellent. No, we have more than one, so just take one. All right, so that's a signed one. That's a signed one. Here you go. That's a signed one. And the others are not. He might want this one as well. I'm not sure. This one isn't signed, but it definitely falls into that realm. Let us know. But all the others are signed.
We got some gospel.
Oh, God. Okay, cool. All right, that's what I'm saying. Just Nick. All right, good.
Oh, wait, did he want that one or not?
I don't know. It's not one of the signed ones, but it is a
He said
special.
claim all 4 signed, so I don't know.
What's there? Is it 3 of them? No. I mean, what did I hand you?
Yeah, you gave me 3.
I just handed you 3?
Yeah.
All right, so I don't want to be confused. This is part of the special Wizard editions and stuff, but it is not signed. So just in case, that's a...
He wants both Star Wars.
Okay, didn't take them. But Nick, let us know if that Witchblade and Tomb Raider is also part. Okay,
He got it all.
All right, perfect. Good.
He's leaving no stone.
Good times. And we got through everything. We did it.
We did it, everybody. Parker pooped. Got the books.
Parker had a massive diarrhea.
Right. I successfully.
Look how exhausted she is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of those poops that you just fall asleep after.
Oh yeah, look
You
at
fall
her.
asleep on the toilet, or you just.
Yeah, she's just.
I've had that night.
She's out.
I've had
Oh,
that night.
Retha, nice, good suggestion. All right, how many songs do you think you got?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Yeah,
6,
mine.
7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay.
Yeah, mine.
What's yours?
What was yours?
Did you not read my
Just say it,
chats?
because I don't look at your name when I write.
Just say it. Which one was it?
Do you not remember what you? Coming at us. Think about things.
Think about things. Is that in there?
Let's see. He didn't write. Yeah,
Well, you couldn't even remember. How am I going to remember?
because I can remember. I'm not going to say the artist name because here's the artist name.
All right.
I can't. I don't.
All right,
I
everybody.
don't speak Swedish.
Say it.
If anyone wants to see the 3
He wants
volumes,
to know how much was the X-Men annual. Sorry.
oh yeah, $100.
100 bones.
Very fine plus. It's gorgeous, but the pages are not pure white, so I knocked the grade down because of that. But this is a book that recently has been going around about $150. So I marked it up at 100, and I got to be honest, it sounds pretty fair for what this book has been going for lately.
It is his first appearance. I don't care what anyone says. That is David's first appearance.
Key Collector and Go Collect now agree with you.
It says cameo.
But the price hasn't, like, $266. Uncanny X-Men $266 is like triple.
And how much is Secret Wars number 3?
High grade, $30. First appearance of Volcana, and more importantly, Titania, who is the arch nemesis of She-Hulk, who will be appearing in the upcoming She-Hulk Disney Plus series.
Harvey Birdman, attorney at law.
Jason.
I really,
Jason,
really.
Jason.
If it's not,
Brendon sold me on
Don't
Captain
get me
America
wrong.
1 by
I'll burn this place to the ground if it's
Jason.
not like that.
We hear you, my friend. We hear you. Captain America #1, first appearance of Ricky Barnes.
I sold him, I'm guessing.
All right. Captain America #1. Our boy, Robert Ulysses Liefeld, crushing it. All right. Man, good times. Okay, so so like I said, if you want to see the mixes that we have so far, if you have Spotify, check out the profile name Roland Vale. That is ROLANDVEIL, and it's one word. Also, it looks like Kyle dropped the link in. So we have Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3 up there now. We now have compiled a list, so we'll have Volume 4. That should be up on the Spotify sometime in the next week or two. But definitely we'll drop you the link when I'm back. Again, I don't want to speak for Fat Jacks as an entity, but I will not be here next weekend. We'll play it by ear. But I will be back on July 31st here with Aaron. I'm pretty sure Mike Bear, not Fat Jack Mike Bear is probably doing a live stream for SummerSlam. And Jason, if he does show up, we might not actually want him to be here because July 31st is Jason's birthday. And, as a fellow alcoholic,
say that out loud. Functional.
I'm pretty sure Jason's gonna have difficulty holding his stuff together, so it might just be Aaron and I.
Secret Wars have been claimed as well.
All right, cool beans. There we go. Thank you. Good times, everybody. Always fun hanging out with you guys, ladies, if you're out there. So
you said no, like there's not.
Hey, Shayna Rose, she shows up. She's
no,
good to us.
She's in the chat tonight. So.
Nah, she wasn't there. All right, so everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We're gonna wind things down now. I guess, Jason, do you have anything you want to plug? Okay, Jason is just a wealth of content
I have nothing going on in my life,
and
man.
fun. Yeah, he keeps coming here.
I keep showing up here, and
he doesn't get paid for any of this.
Brendon's like, hey, you want to show up? I'm like, yeah, why not? All right, I'll show up. Fine, cool.
Well, Jason, I've said this before, but I'll say it on air again.
You should pay me.
I'm addicted to you showing up now to the point where I don't know if I could do this without you, buddy, but you're still not getting paid.
But you still look at me and go, oh, God, I can't believe he's here.
Well,
this idiot doesn't know what he's talking about.
But that's fun for me because it validates why I am here, which is to keep this herd of cats together.
The herd of cats in the poop and pup right now.
Hey,
it's a mess.
That's my beautiful baby Parker. Love you, girl. She is passed out.
She's done.
My dog.
That move.
Yeah.
That was.
Hey, she had a pound of pork fat she had to get out of her system. And trust us, if you missed the earlier stuff, this puppy was farting up a storm, and it was rough.
When she licked my leg, I was like, oh no, this is game time right here. This is a problem.
Well, trust me, she was excited to go out and she was excited to poop. Oh, isn't this the greatest show? We talk about poops and farts, and it's so much fun. All right, anyway, everybody,
monetize this.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I really appreciate it. You can always check out Fat Jacks. We got our Facebook page, Fat Jacks Comicrypt. You can also check us out on social media. Pretty much our main thing is our Instagram page at the FJC Paradox. We post pretty regularly.
You post regularly.
Hey man, I gotta maintain an illusion. All right, if everyone knows that it's just me, then I'll be like, oh, whatever.
This me too sometimes.
Anyway, like I said, I'm going to be out of town next weekend, so we'll see if Mike or anybody decides to do something next Sunday. They'll probably let you know on the Facebook page and on the Instagram page. If not, I will be back with Aaron, maybe Jason, 2 weeks from tonight, and after that, it'll pretty much be smooth sailing for the next few months or so. Maybe we'll have an announcement to make at some point in the next few weeks about what we're doing here and everything. We'll see. I guess maybe Aaron will get a girlfriend, all that kind of stuff. Or we can hear about his dating life. That's always fun, seeing what some 23-year-old is doing on Tinder or whatever sites you're on. Bumble.
Match, or a lot of Fish or Hinge or Coffee Meets Bagel or...
Okay, all right. Thank you.
How many dating apps do you know?
With that said, everyone, have a wonderful week. Take care of yourselves. Be well. Enjoy the summer. Stay healthy. Jason, you want to say goodbye?
Love you. Bye.
Peace.
Bye.
Join the party. Head over to our Linktree to find all the links for everywhere the experience is all the time.